Namovich is a Lithuanian name. It means the cattle are dying. And you did a great job. It doesn't mean the cattle are dying, but you did a great job pronouncing my last name. I appreciate it. I'm the only left-handed Lithuanian commissioner in Division II, so we are particularly pleased to be able to join in the reception tonight to recognize Marcel Yoder from the Great Lakes Valley Conference, especially with the namesake for this prestigious honor with a GLVC former faculty member, Dr. Dave Pariser at Bellarmine. So it's a special night for all of us to celebrate all that Dr. Yoder has accomplished at UIS. He has been a member of the league since UIS came into the conference and was an integral part of their reclassification from NAIA to Division II. He has appeared as a guest speaker at our GLVC SAC Leadership Summit on Shine On, letting your light shine on. So we'll be asking for royalties if we get you any more speaking gigs after that. He's been a member of a number of committees and has been actively engaged in everything we do as a conference, and it's a thrill to see him recognized tonight. I suppose his lasting legacy will be the year that he organized a disco night with the GLVC SAC and all of our faculty athletic representatives. And he promoted it as Dancing with the Fars. So that's the type of individual you're recognizing tonight. Congratulations, Dr. Yoder.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here to honor such a great guy. And as you can see, he got dressed up tonight, which he usually isn't. In the middle of our conference meeting, he leaned over and said, I gotta leave, I gotta go get my hair ready. So, as you're aware, the award stands for Commitment to Division II Student Athletes, Lifelong Learning, Competition, and Well-Being. And Marcel is the epitome of that. He truly understands what it takes for student athletes to life in a balance and do all those types of things. On behalf of UIS Athletics, myself, congratulations. It is absolutely well-deserved. It's an honor to work with you, and I hope you will continue to stay at FAR for a very long time. Congratulations.
Good evening, my name is Ashley Beaton, and currently I'm a graduate assistant at the University of North Georgia. And like Julie mentioned, I'm a former volleyball student athlete at the University of Illinois Springfield, where I had the privilege of meeting tonight's award recipient, Dr. Marcel Yoder. What I'm about to say will not do justice for everything that Dr. Yoder has done for the student athletes at UIS, but I'm still honored to speak on how influential he has been for us. College is an extremely important time for students, and especially student athletes. It's the first time that we're on our own, making big decisions, and trying to find out who we are as a person. With that comes excitement and some anxiousness as well. Playing a sport may add to this excitement or anxiousness. And coming in as a freshman, I have to admit I was pretty nervous about school, but especially nervous for volleyball. We started off our season with Dr. Yoder's CEP training, and each session I felt more connected to my teammates and more confident to take on any opponent. As my collegiate career went on, it was not all a smooth ride. I had to overcome many obstacles. Dr. Yoder was a great mentor and provided me with the tools I needed to maneuver my way through those obstacles. And along with being the FAR, a professor, running the Competitive Edge program, being the FAR like I mentioned, and among many committees, he has been so great to the UIS student athletes. Dr. Yoder has always had his door open for all student athletes, as well as students to come in if we ever needed anything. Whether we needed guidance to manage conflict with our coaches or teammates, help finding our personal leadership style, or overcoming an injury. I want to share a personal story that helped shape my very last season of volleyball. So 1 month before my senior season started, I found out that I had a potentially season-ending injury. I tore my labrum, my rotator cuff, and I was very distressed and did not know how to handle that. So the first person I leaned on was Dr. Yoder. He helped me come up with new goals and ways to cope with my injury, and let me know that it was okay to feel angry and upset, but I still needed to compete. I could have had a disastrous season, but it ended up being one of my most rewarding, thanks to the help and guidance that Dr. Yoder provided. I am positive I am not the only student athlete at UIS that has significantly benefited from Dr. Yoder, And I'm also positive that I can speak on behalf of all the student athletes at UAS to say that we are beyond thankful for everything that he does. I am humbled and honored to present the 2017 Dr. Breezer Faculty Mentor Award to Dr. Marcel Yoder.
Thanks, Ashley. I'm a firm believer in imagery and visualization to imagine your future. And so I've imagined this moment and how happy I'd be. Thank you for exceeding that. Jim, you'll notice my shirt's tucked in. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's the evening, it's Friday. If you're like me, you're either exhausted or nearing exhaustion, so I appreciate you all coming tonight. The free drinks probably didn't hurt. Last year at this time, I was on that side of the podium, and I have to say, being on this side is amazing and humbling. And I'm looking forward to next year when I can come see who among you is going to be standing on this side. Dave Pariser was a physical therapy professor at Bellarmine University in Louisville, Kentucky. And the current chair of the physical education department, Tony Broski, described Dave as a confidant, a close friend, and a true mentor and big sport fan. His wife, Gina, told me that he was an awesome father, awesome husband, professor, and physical therapist, and that he juggled all those things with a great sense of balance. He was a dedicated family man, rarely missing any activity that his daughters, Ada and Kayla, were involved in. And when he passed, the men's basketball team at Bellarmine for the remainder of the 2012-2013 season wore his initials on their jerseys, and also repeated that for the entire season of 2013 and 2014. And she added that he had an uncanny ability to connect with his students. And so it's really humbling and an honor for me to think that I've had a similar effect on the student athletes at UIS. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work with the student athletes at UIS. I need to thank Max Rook. Max Rook is currently the associate head coach of women's soccer at Pepperdine University, Malibu, California. It's probably 72 and sunny there right now. He was instrumental, actually referred to the CEP program, the Competitive Edge program. Together, before he got to UIS, he was a professional soccer player. And we developed this program, and we called ourselves the Pro and the Prof. I need to thank my former AD, Kim Pei, who's now the AD at Lenore Ryan University, and my current AD, Jim Serra. You guys saw me as a resource to your programs, and I'm appreciative of the opportunities that you gave me. In addition to Kim and Jim, I need to acknowledge that, Jim, you're probably more help than you know. Jim and I piloted, we beta tested a self-sustaining bridge made out of popsicle sticks in the break room of the athletics program one time before I used it with the tennis team, so you're more help than you know. I also need to thank my sons, Ben and Sam. They're my two biggest fans, and I'm their biggest fan. They're always interested in knowing what I'm doing with the sport teams. And those guys, they've probably heard a bazillion times to stay positive, stay focused on your process, and focus on the present moment. My 3 Ps of peak performance. I need to thank my wife, Deb. I love you. I love your support, your hard work, and your kindness. Gina Pariser described her husband as an awesome father, an awesome husband and professor, and juggles all those things with balance. I try to do that every day too. I made it through that without choking up. I also need to thank the National SAC e-board for taking the time to vote on this award. You guys are asked to do so much stuff. You've got National SAC, you've got things from your conference, you've got things from your schools, your coaches, your friends, your family, your teammates, and you do it all. You know how you do it, but I don't know how you do it, so thank you. I need to give a special thank you to Ashley Beaton. As she said, she was a volleyball player at UIS. One of the things that I sometimes encourage individuals and teams to do is to develop on-court personas. And so on the volleyball court, Ashley Beaton became Smashly Beaston. That was one of the best on-court personas I've ever had. Ashley and I go way back in the Competitive Edge program. At the end of one of our sessions, we decided to do trust falls. And this is when I was still working with Max on Competitive Edge, and Max had a way of pushing the envelope. And so when you think of a trust fall, you think of one person falling in the arms of another, both standing on the ground. Well, we couldn't do it that way. That's a trust fall on level 1 or level 2. I'm not going to go into details, but chairs were involved and tables were involved, and it took about 6 people to catch the people who were falling in our trust fall. And I'm looking at the reactions right now. You might be wondering, okay, where's the FAR who's concerned with student-athlete well-being right about this time? Believe me, I've scratched my head about this a number of times afterward. But anyway, so Ashley was our last person to do the trust fall. And I was one of those who was going to catch her. And we caught her, but as we caught her, I felt a sharp pop in pain in my left arm. I had torn my left bicep tendon, clean off the bone. And so people talk about, getting blood, sweat, and tears for what the passions are. I'll tell you, blood, sweat, and tears and surgery is next level. She's saying, I'm so sorry. But Ashley, you're terrific. Even if you are a little bit dangerous, your energy and your integrity and your leadership will take you far. And where they don't take you, just break some arms to get there. As mentors, we are at our best when we connect with other people, when we help people develop new perspectives or provide them with new perspectives, and also offer them hope. In his book, The Audacity of Hope, Barack Obama tells us to find a way out of no way. And there are times when we all, especially student athletes, feel there's no way. Their hope is challenged. I can't get from here to there. I can't recover from this injury. The coach's preseason poll has picked us last in the conference. There's no way I'm going to get my community engagement, my study hours, write this paper, study for this test, and make it to 6 a.m. conditioning. As mentors, we are in perfect positions to interact with students and to deal with these kind of issues. There's administrators in the room, there are faculty members in the room, there are student athletes in the room who all have different skills and all have different approaches. It doesn't matter how we do it. What matters is what we do. Every day we have a choice about how we respond to situations. Life happens in the transitions, life happens in critical moments, and we can choose how we are going to respond to that. And when we choose to respond by connecting with other people, by providing new perspectives and offering hope, we will be at our best. Coming to a convention like this, we see all the terrific things that are happening on campuses around the country. There are many here in this room who are worthy of such an award. As mentors, we make a difference. Let's keep doing what we're doing, using our own individual strengths to help others connect with a new perspective and offer them hope. Thank you again, SAC, for this great award. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of your evening.